What did you steal?
Secrets. The data they paid me to protect.
Are they people?
No.
We have both just come back from watching Disclosure Day, the latest film by Steven Spielberg, starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson, Colman, Domingo, in which a massive government conspiracy unravels. Targeted whistleblower races against time to bring about the extraordinary event that will change human history forever, the day of ultimate alien disclosure. This is an interesting film. I think it's an interesting, thought-provoking film. I think, yeah, I'm still not sure exactly how I feel about it. And what, 30 minutes removed, maybe. But it's definitely an engaging experience. It's a film that drops you right in the middle, and especially not much hand holding, I would say. A lot of having to catch up to speed of what is going on, who's all these characters, what's the history and that kind of stuff. I'll say I found Emily Blunt's accent a little bit distracting, just maybe because I expected her to have a normal English accent, and she definitely did not. But yeah, there's some very interesting ideas, I think, in this one. Dylan, what are your initial thoughts?
I think it's going to be somewhat divisive, I guess, around people. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a social political movie wrapped in an alien film rather than an alien film, just a straight up alien film, I guess. Whereas previous Spielberg alien films are more just around the grandeur idea of life existing beyond our planet. I think the performances are like mostly all around really good. I didn't have any problem with her her accent. I would say Emily Blunt's the standout in this as far as performances go in general. I think she was really good. Josh O'Connor's good as well, and Colin Firth and everyone, but I think Emily Blunt's like probably the standout amongst it. I think there's some exciting action scenes, like this car chase and the train thing that you see in the trailer and whatever else. Cinematography is really good. You've got this fantastic score from John Williams coming out of retirement. The sort of thing that you sort of distinctively Williams that you don't really hear. The type of score that you don't really hear in movies much anymore, because obviously we're used to certain other prominent people and
John Williams,
yeah, but he has a sound obviously, and yeah, so that's here. I think my biggest problem is just the length. I think it's nearly 2.5 hours long. It does get draggy at parts between scenes, but ultimately the movie just feels like such Spielberg's like, fuck it, I want to make this, I don't care if anyone likes it sort of vibe to it. That's sort of how it comes across. I mean, he wrote the story. David Koepp wrote did the screenplay, but I mean, it's Spielberg's story, but
yeah, story by Spielberg,
yeah, I think it's got a lot of really interesting ideas and stuff. I don't know if it's going to be for everyone, just because, yeah, I definitely feel like the film is, like, especially with the way it ends, at least what I took out of it was it's more, it's a movie of its time that feels relevant for now, but it's not just this big alien movie that maybe people want it to be, which is an interesting direction sort of for it to go. Yeah, so maybe it's not big enough for what people might be expecting from Spielberg's return to aliens and sci-fi and whatever else, because I mean his last film was The Fabelmans, so
yes, this would be the first
technically it's the first sci-fi thing he's done since Ready Player One, if you want to count that.
I guess, and then before that would be War of the Worlds, crazily enough. So, I feel like there's like a divide, like a what's the word? Like a divide between what the right thing is to do and what's the wrong thing to do in this situation, whether to disclose the information or not. And I don't feel like that was dived into enough. It's like very surface level, and there's like a religious character who like brings it up briefly, where their qualms seem to be
Quickly siphoned.
addressed pretty quickly. You know what I mean? And I do find that I'd be interested to talk about the ending, because we're about to go into like a spoiler section. Yeah, I feel like that ending is quite interesting, and I feel like it's going to have a similar reaction to another recent film that ended in very much a similar way. Yeah, anything you want to mention before we stop this spoiler-free section?
Crazy that Spielberg movie opens with Lance Archer.
Yes. Dude. I mean, he's the most recognizable of the three wrestlers.
I didn't recognize.
Do you know who the other two are?
No, who were the other two?
According to Wikipedia,
I haven't
the other
looked
two
yet.
are Brian Cage.
Okay.
And I'm guessing Chavo Guerrero Jr. was the referee.
Okay.
Because they're listed as being in the film. So
yeah, I just recognize Lance Archer straight away because the film starts.
I mean, how could you not? With his braids or whatever. Yeah,
Murder Hawk Monster. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I think very interesting. So yeah, and now listen to the spoiler section.
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world.
That truth will upend all established order across the entire world. If you do this, there's no undoing it.
We just kind of dropped in. Josh O'Connor's stolen a bunch of files. They set up these devices. There's like a lot of interesting or like unexplained things that are introduced in the film. Like Josh O'Connor understands math incredibly because these aliens chose these two children to give abilities to, but didn't activate them until much later, which seems like a weird choice. And then there's the whole thing of them pretending to be animals or like appearing to humans and animals. So are they just around all the time? And like I said, if Hewson's character was a nun or was in the church, she has like a crisis of faith with the potential of aliens being revealed and thinking that all religious figures will, kind of be ruined by the existence of aliens. But that's not dived in very deeply. It's just as soon as she has one conversation with her nun friend, she's like, I guess it's fine. Let's put it out there for the world. Those are a couple of gripes or things that sprung to mind. Dylan, do you have any thoughts on those?
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
I feel like the main thing that I was thinking about on my drive home, because obviously we literally just both finished watching the movie, was because the movie does introduce the religious aspect stuff. You're thinking
it's a philosophical debate.
Well,
that's the word I was looking for.
There's definitely a philosophical debate, and it's very quick and whatever else. But by the time the end of the movie, I feel like I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take it as not that they aren't potentially gods, like within the scheme of this world and things, because when you look at certain elements, like they speak in math, and math has been around forever, since the dawn of time, basically, as far as we're aware, like the basis of math. So, but their language is math, so that just had me thinking, okay, so maybe that was planted there. They appear as animals. Did they only recently start doing that? But if they don't, then they could have been around on the planet for all of history. And then you have the constant in the background, World War III thing, which you never really get a context or a really good idea of how dire it is or isn't, or how comparable it is to our current
situation.
situation in the world. Where
Well,
you
it's
can wake
implied
up,
there's some sort of thing going on with North Korea.
Yeah.
Like
But
some
also-
conflict, yeah.
you could wake up tomorrow and that could be on the news. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
like, and then I'm like, okay, so maybe they're trying to do these things because I guess it's that whole aspect of, I mean, if you watch any movie or any religion story or what have you, it's like the gods step in but in subtle ways. There's no ever moving hand. So it's like these aliens step in subtle ways by letting one understand them if they're gods, and the other one the ability to understand their creations fully, if they're humans. And then the last message of the movie is listen, which the moral the quandary, I guess, of the movie is less about if aliens exist or not, and more the fact that the war and whatever else is happening around the world is quite often everything that happens bad in the world starts with terrible inability to communicate and understand your
The assumption
fellow
that
man.
something is different is going to be bad for us.
People start wars over different ethnicities, different sex,
Beliefs,
gender,
yeah.
whatever beliefs. So I mean that's definitely, because to me that was what I was thinking. Whether or not I'm pulling that all out of my ass, that's a more
Whether that was
interesting.
intended.
Well, whether it's intended or not, that I was thinking about it,
That's fair.
and I feel like I'm not pulling things out of thin air. They're all at least sprinkles of things that are throughout the movie.
I just feel like the powers are not like established. You know what I mean? Like, especially with Emily Blunt's character, who seems to can read people's history or minds, something like that, able to speak fluent languages all of a sudden. And then later on, she appears to other people as important figures within their lives.
I don't think she
Whether
actually
it's-
appears. That's just how they're seeing her. It's not like she's changing.
Yeah, that's how they see her as someone
Yeah.
who is important to them. Everybody except the one dude who's really gung-ho about. He's the only guy in this movie who's like nonstop wants to kill him.
He's locked in.
He's got nobody. He loved nobody who is unaffected. You know, and then you've got the crystal things that they're holding all the time that apparently can do all different things. It's not exactly, or do random things like turn them invisible.
Pretty sure they're a sonic screwdriver, but
They could be. I mean, Colin Firth doing the whole mind hijack thing. I mean, that was pretty cool. Like some of the sequences with that, fucking messing around with Eve Hewson, making her try to stab Josh, or the conversation he has with Colman Domingo. I think those are pretty cool sequences, and obviously it's clear that it's draining for him. But yeah, the every reveal just was kind of, really, we're going in that direction, kind of a little bit. There was a lot of surprises in this film, I think it's fair to say. It definitely was not what I expected.
let me hear with what if you're not supposed to fully understand everything about this movie, and the last line of the movie is because you're meant to talk to people about it and listen.
Whoa.
Deep, man.
Well, I think the ending is very interesting in that obviously the whole movie is about disclosing it, but we never see the after effects of what happens post that. It reminds me of the recent film House of Dynamite, which, spoilers, had a very similar ending of you have this whole missile strike that happens, but you never actually see how the whole film's about how the United States would react to a missile strike on them, but you never see the aftermath of that, 40-minute period. This is very much the same, where it's like end on the beat of one of the aliens that Colman Domingo saved is there. Walks in after Colin Firth just gave up, and talks to Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor, and cut to credits. I feel like that is going to frustrate some people. Just
but also people are gonna be
understand.
like, I read his lips when he whispered in her ear, and I know what he said.
Did you?
Something?
No, he was speaking reasonably quiet.
Who knows? I don't mind it because I mean the whole movie's two reasons. A, I don't think the movie's was never about the aftermath. It's Cold Disclosure Day. It's about getting to that point. And then B, the movie sort of sets you up for this when it starts 40 minutes in. Like, you never, like, this isn't a movie that sees...
You're not going to get the whole story.
Yeah, there's an normal version of this movie plays out with Josh O'Connor's character, Colman Domingo's character working and then, like, devising the plan and then stealing the things and whatever else. This, as you said before, it's like this movie just starts. It's sort of 40 minutes into it already.
What did you think of the designs of the aliens? They're very classic.
Yeah, classic alien. Yeah.
I guess, is that to fit what people believe is actually aliens look like? You know what I mean? Like, to fit within... Like, because Colman Domingo talks about how we have not allowed the people who've experienced extraterrestrial experiences to share their stories and to be validated. So he's just pulled from what people have said aliens look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just took it. It's like if you're doing a movie that's about cover-ups and Roswell and whatever else throughout history, going for the classic alien design, classic alien cover-up design, and all that makes sense.
No, yeah. I also really loved the whole news sequence. I think, like, they're going up the chain to New York City and then them just disseminating this to everywhere. A little bit unrealistic that every single person on the planet be watching at the same time. Because, there's somebody who's going to be watching something else. There's got to be at least one person who's, reading a book or listening to music or, not experiencing the news or on social media at the same time. Or in the middle of, like, an episode of something. Don't want to pause. But yeah, anything else you want to discuss about the film?
No. I feel like we hit the
main
points.
stuff.
I'm intrigued. Obviously, we're watching this
conversation. Yeah,
we're watching this the Wednesday night. The preview screening night, officially out tomorrow, and then it'll roll out in America and whatever. So I'm intrigued to see and read what other people's thoughts are on this in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let us know what you thought of Disclosure Day by going to explosionnetwork.com/follow and let us know on social media. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars and you can leave 5 stars or just tell people about the show. And if you want to help us out at Explosion Network with all our news, reviews, podcasts, head over to explosionnetwork.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Everything will become clear.